Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well as we get into video number 2. If you didn't catch video number 1 from earlier on, where we went into a bit of detail on how PSG made themselves look a little stupid and how Chelsea rectified that situation pretty well. Go and check out video number 1 right here. Much appreciated. Now, we've got things to get into first, but I saw all of your comments because of what we spoke in video number 1, because of what we went over, because of PSG, because of this, yeah? And you guys like this. Because you guys like this, I got one better. A lot of you want me to keep this on screen. No problem. But I think we can do better. So, how about this instead? That's better, no? We might as well show ourselves lifting it and leave it there. We'll just leave it like that. That's it. We've got Premier League, we've got the 2 Champions Leagues, and we've got this on screen, Club World Cup. We're good, no? This suits. This is great. Let's do that. Any PSG fans want to come and, just watch and observe? You can. This could have been you. Anyway, let's get into the latest on a certain player. And this one's got me in 2 minds, I'll be honest with you. Let's get into it. Here it is. Chelsea are still showing an appreciation for Alejandro Garnacho. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be straight up. Because my instinct immediately... Actually, not my instinct. My logic tells me stay away. But then I think why? Why is my logic telling me to stay away? My gut instinct is telling me that you're only saying stay away because of what he's done at Manchester United. And I feel like that's a very important point to make. I don't want this video to be like me advocating, no, go and get Garnacho. No, I want to just try and bring some fairness and realism to the situation here. Because I can see many people are against wanting to get Garnacho. Personally, I would be more than happy to end up with Rodgers, to end up with Xavi Simons. There's something that seems to suggest that we maybe could be getting Xavi Simons and one of either Garnacho or Rodgers. That's we'll see what happens. I would be surprised if that actually was the case. But we also do have the thing that Chelsea want to go into the new season with 9 attackers. Who are those 9 attackers? Well, as of right now, we've got Cole Palmer, Esteval, Pedro Neto. We've got Gittins. Madueke's gone. We've got João Pedro. We've got Dilap. Right now, we've got Jackson and Nkunku. Those are the 2 that could be sold, which means that there's 2 spots left if they do end up getting sold. Which is why getting Xavi Simons to replace Nkunku... Okay, wrong one. Sorry, guys. Getting rid of Nkunku, bringing in Xavi Simons is an option. What happens when we get rid of Nicholas Jackson? Why have I got... Yeah, so that would be 8. Thinking, hang on, how many have I got here? Why have I got 7 here? No, Xavi Simons. If we get rid of Jackson, then we bring someone else in. But this is where, in that situation, you would look at someone that can play up top. And you would probably go with Rodgers. Garnacho isn't someone that plays up top. He's someone that plays on the left. And this is why I think, is it going to be one or either? Well, with Garnacho, like I've said, my gut instinct is telling me it's because he's playing at Man United. It's because he's been playing badly at Man United. Garnacho, personally, I believe there's a player there. But, and this is almost why I don't want to go near, because Man United have, Man United have held so many players back and are still holding many players back. And I think this will be proven. We see Rashford that's not going to Barcelona. We'll see how Rashford does at Barcelona. I think he's going to do really well. I was having a discussion as well with someone on X, and they brought up 2 players. And I was like, yeah, because I brought up 1, he brought up 2. I was like, that's a very good point too. Look at some of the players that left Man United. Look at some of the players that were at Man United that were pants. Left United. And how did they end up playing? There are examples. We took Sancho from United to Chelsea. And yes, he didn't light it up. And that's also where I'm scared. Sancho didn't light it up. But he played better at Chelsea than he did at United. That's without a doubt. And even then we weren't satisfied in the end. Right? Or maybe he wasn't with what we were trying to offer him. But Anthony was a joke at Man United. Leaves, Real Betis, looks like Messi, except against us. But looked fantastic, much better. He brought up Scott McTominay. Went. Off to Italy he went. Look how he's been playing. Brilliant. I wouldn't be surprised if Garnacho left United, came to Chelsea under Maresca in this system and thrived. I wouldn't be shocked. But there's also a part of me that feels like it's a risk. It's too big of a risk. That's my concern here. There's no certainty. We don't know. Is he definitely going to thrive or not? It's a bit of a tough one. And it's a tough one when you know you've got other options there that you can turn to, that I think would be less of a risk. Rodgers, less of a risk. Xavi Simons, I think, I've already told you what I think of him. I'd be convinced. But that's not to dismiss Garnacho altogether. I don't want to make it seem like and say, no, Garnacho is rubbish. He can't kick a ball. He doesn't know what he's doing. No, I wouldn't want to do that. But I want to also give the benefit of the doubt and say that even if Chelsea did decide to go in this direction and they did get Garnacho, I don't think it'd be all doom and gloom, but it's a hell of a risk. So I'm in 2 minds with this one. I really am. What do you think? I know, like I said, a lot of you are going to be like, no, don't want Garnacho, especially in terms of his disciplinary issues or whatever, in terms of his brother, his attitude and all of that. Yeah, fair enough. There are some issues there. On a footballing level, though, and I want to talk on a footballing level because there were ballers. I mean, João Pedro was an example. We knew he had a little bit of a temper. He comes to Chelsea, scores 3 goals in 2, looks fantastic. Now we're like, yeah, you know what? We're good. Don't care if he decides to 2-foot someone now. I'm good with it, you know? And I think that would be the same as long as the impact is made. Can Garnacho make that impact? I believe he can. But it's not sure. It's not sure. You can be as right just as much as you are wrong. It's very, very 50-50 here. And that for me is very, very risky. So I wanted to outline that because Chelsea are still apparently showing appreciation. They still are interested in him. There's got to be a reason. This transfer window so far and what we've done has actually been decent. I would hate for it to be ruined by getting Garnacho and then Garnacho just flops. I mean, I'd like to think that there's been lessons learned from the way that we've done business, from the players that we've got that we're now looking to sell. I would like to think that there's been a lot of due diligence and Chelsea know what they're doing. It's a tough one for me, Garnacho. It's a tough one. I'm in 2 minds. I want to know what you think. Let me know down below. Much appreciated. Let me know all of your thoughts. Now, the outgoings that we know are going to be heading out the door, well, we got an update and it looks like Saudi are in for one of our defenders. Here it is. Saudi Arabia side, Neom SC, are interested in signing Axel Deassi, says L'Equipe. Right? I said this to you earlier on. Well, not anymore. Understand, Neom SC have ended their interest in Axel Deassi. A move was explored, but Neom now have other centre-back targets. Right. that interest lasted no more than 1 hour. I'm not even kidding. Do you want to see the timestamps? Look at the timestamps. Look, this story broke at, well, at least for CFC Daily, it broke at 5:34. Yeah? The interest was ended at 6:49. My time, by the way, because I'm 3 hours ahead of the UK. My time. So, I mean, that's that then. 1 flipping hour. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I thought Saudi would literally, you know, take him. I mean, I even said on X, I was like, yo, Saudi, no problem, 100 million. Great price, right? And then their interest ended. And I was like, okay, look, how about 35% off? Yeah, we give him to you for 65. Just give us something. We'll see what happens with Axel Deassi, where he's going to go. It's not going to be Saudi. Okay. Now, a defender that has left the club after just coming in. Here it is. Exclusive. Strasbourg agreed deal to sign Mamadou Sarr on loan from Chelsea. The defender is back to the club. After signing 8-year deal at Chelsea, Sarr returns to Strasbourg on loan as key part of Rosinho's plans for upcoming season with top 5 ambitions in Ligue 1. Here we go. So Mamadou Sarr, who was at Strasbourg, Chelsea bought him from Strasbourg. So he left Strasbourg, went to Chelsea, right? Flew to the United States. He became a world champion, and then he's gone back to Strasbourg. I mean, that is one hell of a summer, guys. That is one hell of a summer. You know, imagine leaving Strasbourg, going off on holiday, becoming a world champion, then coming back to Strasbourg. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's a quicker arc than Gary Cahill. Absolutely stunning stuff. Well, this, I think, will be an interesting move. I think it's the right move. Mamadou Sarr is not going to be playing week in, week out at Chelsea. He's already familiar with Strasbourg, with Rosinho. He was there before. He knows, and look, he's got to play. He has been playing there. He will play. He will develop. Worst case scenario is that he doesn't impress and Chelsea make a profit. Best scenario is that he plays really, really well, comes into Chelsea after a year of extra development and starts smashing it. We'll see. We'll see. But all eyes on Strasbourg. Strasbourg are going to have a lot of our players. A lot. They're going to have Mike Penders. They're going to have Mamadou Sarr after he was already there, but they're going to have Mamadou Sarr. They're going to have Kendry Paez. They're going to have, I feel like I'm missing someone. I think we've got 4 or 5 players at Strasbourg now. We're going to keep our eyes on them, definitely. Heading into the new season, well, do we do Strasbourg streams? I'm actually contemplating even doing Strasbourg streams just to keep an eye on these guys because we've got quite a lot there. So, see. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on Mamadou Sarr. He heads back to Strasbourg. Correct decision. We'll see how he does over there. Simon Phillips, right, came out with this. Chelsea have spoken with Eze's agents, but he wants a big salary, which surprised them. Chelsea learned that his release clause must be paid in a single payment. Interest remains, but any move by Chelsea to sign Eze now seems unlikely. Is that why it's gone cold with Arsenal as well then? Saying. Because I know Chelsea were interested according to Simon Phillips. We didn't hear much after that. But it's also gone cold with Arsenal. We've not heard about anything with him to Arsenal for quite some time now. What's going to happen? Maybe they don't want to play a whole release clause in one go either. You never know. Especially after their business, they went and got Madueke. They're on the brink of getting Gyökeres. I mean, if they want to go and get Eze as well, I think that's stretching it a bit for Arsenal. We'll see what's going to go down. But yeah, Chelsea, Eze. I don't think that's going to happen. We've got other targets there. We know, like we've already mentioned, Garnacho, Rodgers, Xavi Simons. We'll see what happens. Not going to be Eze. So, let me know your thoughts on there. Do you think he stays at Palace or do you think Arsenal will snap him up? Let me know. Now, front the shirt sponsor. Now we're talking. What's the latest? It's Lucas Bajek says 4 weeks until the start of the Premier League, there is a belief within the club that the club can get an even better front of shirt sponsorship deal by winning the Club World Cup. The Blues expect to sign at least a 3-year contract. Among those interested are unspecified airlines. Qatar. Sorry. I had to cough there. It's obviously Qatar. And any other airlines? I'm not I wish this would be a possibility. And I'm not just saying that just because I'm here in Dubai. It would be an extra touch for me. I'm not going to lie. I'm flying with them in 3 or 4 days time when I come home to London. I would love to have Emirates on the Chelsea shirt again. I think that would bang. But unfortunately, Arsenal have Emirates completely littered all over their gaff, so we can't do that. That's a deal that's going to go on until 2028. Emirates are not going to sponsor 2 Premier League clubs at the same time. They could. They won't. I don't think that can be done according to Premier League rules, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, that would be nice. Emirates would have been nice. Imagine to get Emirates back on a Chelsea shirt. Back in our day, yeah, it used to be Fly Emirates. When, you know, Emirates started getting their word out, you know, a little bit to the world. And it's like, Fly Emirates, guys. And now it's just Emirates. You know what I mean? So, that's not happening. Qatar Airways can happen. Can happen. We'll see. Any other airlines? Who else? Who are the big shots around here? You know, are we going with any Saudi airline maybe? That could be a shout. I don't think Riyadh Air is going to be one. That one went cold. But, yeah. We're going to get a top shirt sponsor. Now we definitely are, for sure. So we'll keep tabs on that and see where it's going to go. Do you have a preferred shirt sponsor? Who would you actually want to see on there? I know some of you are going to say Samsung. Can we just go back to Samsung? You know what? Yeah, screw it. That would hit. Listen, oh my God, on a marketing level, oh my God, if we got Samsung, oh my God, I've just had the premonition. Whoa, my goodness. Oh my God. Can you imagine a Chelsea shirt now with Samsung and the Club World Cup badge? And the third kit that's coming out, the Total 90 with the old CFC badge. Oh my God, inject it into my veins. Inject it into my veins, please. Holy crap. I would buy every top. I would buy every single top if that happened. I'm telling you, listen, Chelsea, if you want to do something unbelievable here, yeah? Samsung. Samsung, guys. Samsung, you got to pay up. Samsung, you got to pay up, yeah? There's a message to you. I'm going to do a Miz. I've got a message for you. Samsung, do you want to make history here, even for yourselves, yeah? Do you want to get the word out? I heard Apple are doing well. Do you want to get the word out for yourselves? Well, guys, cough up 60 mil, yeah? I mean, even for you guys, for Samsung, I wouldn't even be asking for 70 or something stupid. Listen, 60, we'll call it a nice 60, yeah? Even with the badge, but you're bloody Samsung. We have history together, yeah? Make a comeback. This could go down so unbelievable, it would be mental. With the Club World Cup badge, that's something we never had in our Samsung days. Let me know what you think. Am I a genius or what? Let me know. Let me know. Get this video out to Chelsea and get this video out to Samsung. Anyway, let's move across the country to Liverpool. What's the latest there? Interestingly enough, Liverpool is likely to replace Luis Diaz, 28, with Real Madrid winger Rodrigo if the Colombian international leaves the Reds, according to L'Equipe. So now we're talking, yeah? Now you want to answer the question that I asked earlier on. Okay. That would still be pretty unbelievable. You know, they're going to... So they've bought in Wirtz. They're getting Ekitike. Then they're going to sell Luis Diaz and they're going to bring in Rodrigo. I can't lie. That's flipping deadly. That is deadly. We cannot live in a world where this happens, guys. We cannot. We cannot. Oh my God. Oh my God. Salah, Rodrigo, Wirtz, Ekitike. That would be Liverpool seriously looking to retain the league title. Seriously. I hope that doesn't happen. Luis Diaz, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. You better flipping stay. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that one. It's going to cost an arm and a leg I don't know how Liverpool are going to comply with FFP and do all of this. And I don't want to be that guy. Oh, you're just spending and spending. Oh, you're not complying. Like, I would understand if there's net spend, if they're selling players, of course, because we do that all the time. We do it well. This is why we're cool. And even then, we had to start selling, flipping things. Blueco had to start selling assets and all of that. So it's how are Liverpool going to comply here? I genuinely don't know. Anyway, unless they've got mad revenue coming in from somewhere, we'll see. So, let me know your thoughts on that one. As we come to near wrapping up, Osmen finally getting over the line. Galatasaray are closing in on Victor Osmen deal. Here we go soon. 40 million euro immediate payment, 35 million euros in 1 year, 5 million add-ons based on goals, 10% sell-on clause on future profit, clause to avoid sell to Italian clubs for next 2 years, verbal agreement in place. Napoli are a bunch of flipping crooks, aren't they? They're like, you will not sell him to any Italian club. No. 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. That's enough for Antonio Conte to pack up his bags and end up leaving after winning 3 league titles in a row. But we'll see what it's all going to be looking like. Osmen is going to head to Galatasaray permanently, it seems. That is now basically done. Finally. I mean, it's mad. He's actually joining Galatasaray permanently. After everything we went through. Osmen plays for Galatasaray. Don't think we saw that one coming. We actually didn't. So that's that. That's about to be done. Another thing that's starting to look really likely, this. More on James Trafford and Man City exclusive story. Understand Trafford has accepted to return to Man City if the two clubs will reach an agreement. He's keen on the move. Man City in talks with Burnley to reduce £40 million buyback clause, plus still depends on goalkeeper exit. Why would you put a clause in there and go back on it? Just pay the clause. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing? You know, like Burnley are going to go, no, you know what? Yeah, we'll let you off 5 million because you're Man City and we're Burnley and we're just happy with you taking that money. After you put the clause, like, come on, man. But one thing that's happening here, like I've already mentioned, Newcastle are getting finessed. Newcastle are getting absolutely finessed. Newcastle need to literally pull out a miracle now in order to get the transfer window to fall in their favour, because who are they going to go after now? That's the question. So we'll keep tabs on this. Which of the goalkeepers are leaving? Is it going to be Edison or is it going to be Ortega? Seems like it's going to be Edison. Is that a good move for Man City? Time will tell. To end, I've got something funny. You're going to love this. Alvaro Morata, now set to join Como from Galatasaray. As soon as all documents for Osmen deal will be signed next week. Morata has been waiting for Como for 1 month and now all set. When did he play for Galatasaray? This guy, this is another one. This guy. This guy gets passed around more times than a plate at a church. It's unbelievable. He also gets passed around more times than a spliff, you would argue. he gets passed around. He is going to break Nicolas Anelka transfer record here. Without a doubt. He's probably going to sign for 25 clubs in his career, the rate he's going. This guy moves every single 6 months. He's played for so many big clubs, you had to suspect money laundering. And now he's just, even for smaller clubs, he's just not settling. He just wants to bounce from one place to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. He's always available. Yeah, Morata. You can always come and buy me, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves in January from Como to, I don't know, Steaua Bucharest. Something like that. We'll see what happens. Keep tabs on Morata. Place your bets. Where's his next move after Como? But he's moving to Como. So that's an interesting one. We'll see how that goes down for him. Good luck to him. Let me know your thoughts down below. Subscribe, notification bell on. I will catch you here tomorrow for another double. See you lot then. Take care and peace.